All right, we are live, and we're gonna jump in to some crafty mines. Some crafty mines. Those mines are crafty, very crafty mines indeed. All right. Oh, that lightning scared me. I had to start coughing. All right. Yeah. I was playing around with my um, my Steam Deck, uh, Stream Deck, excuse me, software, and I couldn't get my keyboard um, stream buttons working. And then it dawned on me, I bet Corsair's IQ software has to update. And it took so long. I don't know if anyone else has had that problem before, but it took so long. I was very frustrated. Very frustrated. But yeah, this is my list of things to do on tonight's stream. We are going to look at the chicken farm. It is producing so much cooked chicken and feathers. Also, we are going to look at the iron farm. We need to do the expanded storage on that. Also, we're doing the storage on the chicken farm and the automation for that. Amethyst farm, we are going to finally get it updated. Hey, what's up, Grid? What can I make with feathers? So the basic things that you can make with feathers are a book and quill, which is really useful to so like I do this for like a project list. So you need a feather for a book and quill. So you can have a bunch of stuff there. You can make sign books, which can't be edited after that, so people can like make messages that can't be edited and send them to people. You can clone those by cloning them in I think a crafting table, or in one of the utility blocks. But you can also craft arrows, which isn't really necessary because arrows are crazy easy to get. So really you only need a few feathers, like a double chest of feathers will do just fine. Now with the newest update that's coming out, they are adding something called suspicious sand, which is sand that you can kind of dust away because they're adding an archaeology kind of system into Minecraft where you can dust away the sand and you can get like pottery shards and different things like that and like different items. So feathers will be used in the little duster for that. We're finally going to automate the collection or the harvesting of amethyst shards. I through lots and lots of waiting for wandering traders, I finally got some slime balls, enough to make a couple sticky pistons, because we haven't made our slime farm yet. And then we are going to see if we can turn our zombies in our enchanting shop into the villagers that they're supposed to be, the clerics. So we can finally utilize them, which will be nice. All right, so chicken farm first. Yeah, feathers aren't the most useful. And honestly, I don't need the cooked chicken or the feathers at this point. Like, I have farming villagers, which you can trade. Or let me just show you. So one of the best foods in the game that you can use is golden carrots. What do you think about the D&D Minecraft crossover? I got the free PDF for D&D Beyond, and the creatures are pretty cool. I think it's really neat. I think it's a great way to because there's obviously a lot of overlap between those communities anyway. But those who aren't in that overlapping, I'm sure would enjoy the games from each community. So I think it's really neat. It'll be a good way for the people who've never played Minecraft from the D&D world to kind of see some of that, and vice versa. But yeah, I honestly, and if it helps influence what they do in the base game, like in this game, I think that's super cool. What was I saying? Oh, yes. One of the best foods you can get is golden carrot. It and cooked steak are like the top 2 foods. Cooked steak, I think, gives you more hearts, but golden carrots gives you more saturation, which is how your hunger, it's like the rate at which your hunger fills back up. So, and keeping your hunger filled up, or one of the two, like they both, like one of them gives you a little bit more hunger haunches, and one of them gives you more saturation for your hunger. So it makes it to where you rebuild your stamina a little bit more. Never played Minecraft in the D&D world. Sounds like you. Yeah. We had talked about it before, so I was kind of saying it more generally. I didn't want to call you out too much. But so you can get you can take these regular carrots and trade them to farmers for golden carrots. Well, you really trade them for emeralds, and then you trade emeralds for golden carrots, which is, again, once you have enough farmers, it's pretty easy. So I'm just trading, and then we can scroll down here. They have golden carrots, more golden carrots, and that's it. So yeah, pretty easy to get golden carrots. So I don't really need to get the cooked chicken. You need more sound redeems with your points. I would like to scare you with creeper noises, please. Thanks, Castle. How are you? I honestly, oh yeah, hit me with after a big project, hit me with a creeper hiss. Yeah, that would be a great way to like see me get really frustrated. No, I'm planning on it. I've been making some, I'm making some emotes, and I'm making some stuff for like I want to make some animations for new followers and subscribers, and like just different things. So it's just, since I'm doing it all myself, which is the control freak in me. But yeah, you want to check out, want to say hello, happy crafting. Hey, thank you. I do not want to say hi with a chat. I want to say hi with a boom. Have a good time, Grid. I'll see you later. I'll talk to you later. Thanks, Castle. I appreciate you so much. I saw you giving Nims a hard time earlier. But yeah, surprising me with a boom. I don't know how much I'd appreciate that, Castle. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, not gonna make me mad, but I'm definitely gonna give you a grumpy face. Ooh, we may have to turn off mob sounds, because that is a lot of chicken nonsense. Ooh. Oh. Let's look at the chicken sounds. Friendly creatures. Let's turn you down a little bit. Okay, yeah. That is more acceptable. Actually, we just need to get more comparators and the like. Do it to Butterfree all the time. It's great. He's not traumatized at all. Oh, man. I don't know how I would deal with it. You might break me. Just not sure. I need you. And do I have more? I do. What do I need for comparators? Do I have the things? I do have the things. Well, you make it cost a lot and limit it to like 3 times the stream, so I can't totally really. I mean, yeah, I haven't invested time into that stuff yet. Like I really should, because that's like some of the fun stuff of hanging out with a streamer. I might do that one of these nights that I'm not streaming and have nothing else to do, or when I'm in between lesson planning or something. But yeah, I definitely. Oh no, what did I make? Oh, I just need this. Okay. Wait, what happened? Oh. What is happening? What are you? Oh my gosh. I think I was having a stroke. Oh my gosh. I was like, why aren't these things combining? It's because they're different. Okay. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. We've all done the dumb before. It happens. It is totally a thing that exists. Don't you dare. We've all caught a case of the dumb. Ooh, I have a bed. So how have you been, Castle? How's being a big meanie face? I don't think I'm gonna have enough room to do a sorter. Where is this zombie? Oh, it must be up there. Been good, thank you very much. Been playing with World Edit the past few days. Hyper focus on it. I saw your big tree. That was really neat. I love that kind of stuff, though. Like, that's one of the reasons why I don't have World Edit installed anymore. I used to when I first started playing Minecraft. Like, oh gosh, like back when Minecraft first came out, like 2011, 2012, I was on World Edit all the time. Or maybe not that early, but when I first started playing Minecraft is when like I would be on World Edit all the time. So I really wasn't playing the game. I was just making stuff. Even though time consumer was clearing out the area. Yeah. Well, and with World Edit, it's so easy to go like, oops, just nuked half of what I was doing. Oh well, time to generate a new world and do it again. Like, it's so easy to go overboard with that tool. Undo is a lifesaver, but after a while, like, once you get into it, like, there's some things undo can't fix. Like, here, let me just replace with TNT and do stuff like, because after a while, for me anyway, I just get reduced to turning lots of blocks or generating lots of blocks of TNT and then like shooting it with like a flaming arrow or something. You only crashed your game once. That's not bad, honestly. That's actually pretty good, all things considered. Okay. Oh, maybe I do. I do have space for a sorter, I guess. So let's see, we got to do it this level. Turns out removed 1 million blocks at a time is about the limit. You know, one would think that, yeah. I imagine it is all pretty much like that. Like, honestly, there's got to be a very significant subset of people who use World Edit in that way, who use World Edit in a way that's just like, let's crash your computer. It's got to be enough to make it like significant, because I feel like I should not be the only one who suffers in that. No, I don't want that. Let's see, we want, boom. I need to look at my other sorter, because it's one of those things where you make it all the time, but I still have to look at it to figure out if I'm doing it right or if I'm messing it up. Okay, so it's 3 on top. Okay, torches are underneath the comparators. Okay. I really want to play with landscaping next, making giant mountains and cliffs, going for mega scale. Yes! I love that. Like the extreme, like, like a terrain generation. Like, even that is super cool. I love that. It just, I don't know, it makes it feel a little alien. I don't know, or it's kind of like you are in, something that would feel like a Grand Canyon, or, something big and kind of like awe-inspiring. That kind of terrain, those kind of areas are always really fascinating to kind of mimic in Minecraft. Oh, don't need you. Exactly, you're going for ancient fantasy type stuff, giant trees, massive castles, snowy ice peaks. Yes. That kind of stuff is really neat. Oh, speaking of fantasy, I commute to work, where I work, and it is about an hour commute one way, which is not pleasant or ideal. But I've been making really good use of it by audiobooks. And I've just started the Wheel of Time series. And I can see why people like it. Like, I've been digging it so far. But it's very, like, high fantasy. Lots of names for things and people's names that are not very common, that I feel like I have to study in order to understand. So it's definitely one of those things where I kind of feel unprepared sometimes. I mean, to get that, getting through all Brandon Sanderson's cause stuff right now. Ooh, interesting. That guy's output is so ridiculous. It is crazy how much he's able to, like, crazy how much content he makes, how much he writes every day. And he like, I think he and his production company made like $52 million just in book sales last year or something like that. Like it is impressive and kind of like strange, and I don't know what the words are for that kind of stuff. Like it's super cool but also crazy intimidating. Like that guy just writes nonstop. You get a taste at the end of Wheel of Time. He finished the last 3 books when the author of the series passed away. Yeah. The first book is pretty good so far. I'm like in chapter 13 or 14, and it's pretty good. It doesn't feel as intimidating as like just jumping into it. It's not as intimidating as like Tolkien. It's a little bit more accessible, I feel, which could be blasphemy by some. Because Tolkien is kind of intimidating for a lot of people, just because those books are like work. But I think that it's pretty good so far. I'm starting to see why people were so passionate about the series, especially that it was adapted for TV. And I think was it on Amazon Prime? Was it an Amazon production? I know Amazon did Lord of the Rings, but I don't remember who did Wheel of Time. Definitely give them a try eventually. Yeah, I've been really into them so far. I would definitely recommend them. They are pretty good so far. All right, let's do peace. Nope, I am an idiot. I want to do this. Haha. And then we take that out of there. You here. Let's go sleep. Sleepy sleep, 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 sleep. But I've really started getting into audiobooks lately just because 2 hours of my day are spent in the car. Might as well get something out of it, kind of a thing. And it's been amazingly productive. I think this book is like my 4th or 5th book since January, which I am not a huge fiction reader to begin with. So I feel really like motivated. I've been reading a lot of Neil Gaiman lately. Let's see, I got through so in the fall, I got through American Gods. And then as the school year started back up in January, I started the Anansi Boys, which is another in that American Gods kind of series. And then I got through Coraline, and then another of his works. It's the Norse mythology book, and then I did a John Grisham book, and now I'm on to Wheel of Time. So the commute is only 20 minutes, but I always get to work about 20 minutes early just to listen to a book or podcast. Yeah, I was listening to a lot of podcasts, but unfortunately, the podcasts that I was listening to became the stereotypical I'm a white man with a microphone, I'm gonna tell edgy jokes kind of podcast. I was like, you know what? I don't wanna support that right now. That's not like, I don't know. I feel like the older I get, the less tolerance I have for people just being mean, just to be mean, because they think it's funny. So I'm like, meh, not for me. You can, I'll listen to something else. So, I've been listening to some. Oh, I try to get caught up on like weigh-in show if I don't watch it on Fridays when it airs or when they stream it. Linus and Luke from Linus Tep Tips. So I try to go through weigh-in show or I listen to an audiobook. But I had interviews today, so I was just driving around Kansas City listening to audiobooks. Because I got there really early, and one of my interviews had to reschedule for virtual later in the afternoon, which I couldn't do until I got home. So I was like, okay. And then I had to wait around in Kansas City for a little while for another interview. So I listened to my book while I was waiting. But what podcast do you listen to? Because I've been, like I said, I've been becoming more selective of the podcasts that I partake in lately. Mostly 2 or 3 Rooster Teeth podcasts, mostly nostalgic for you now. Yeah. I watched a little bit of Rooster Teeth. Not a whole lot. Mostly just for like gaming news things. I know they went under for a lot of like I don't know what it was. Like cuz there was a lot of like gaming news and things like that that weren't doing so hot. And I didn't know if they were some of those that were affected by that. Poop. No, I want this. Yeah, they don't really do news anymore. Yeah. And I don't know this for certain, just because, again, I was only kind of vaguely aware of them to begin with. But I think there was like with some of their anchors anyway, some nonsense happening with like DMs and creepy behavior and things like that. Which, you know, I don't know the whole, like all the bits about that. So, my my understanding is very, very limited. Definitely, there was one specific guy that turned out to be a total creep. Definitely shattered some childhood rose-colored glasses of mine. Yeah, that's it's it's sad to like repeat the rhetoric of, well, that's just so sad, but like it is really sad, but also like it's no one's fault but that guy's. He doesn't need to be a creep. And you know, we can blame the people around him for enabling or ignoring that behavior, but like at the end of the day, he's the creep. But yeah, unfortunately, I had gotten into the trappings of thinking that the edgy humor of Tom Segura was hilarious. Because I was like, oh, well, he's kind of, you know, it's pretty obvious he's making a joke, or it's pretty obvious, you know, his real feelings are this way, or whatever. But the more and more he talks, the less and less I believe what I'm saying at that moment. So it's, I don't know. It's just one of those things where I became less and less convinced that what he was saying, he was meaning to be a joke. And so I was like, not gonna listen to that guy anymore. He's making some very, I don't know, some really low-hanging fruit kind of comments about poor people, and it's like, I don't know why you think this is funny. Like, it's not like you've ever been in that scenario to like be able to have an interesting opinion about it. I don't know. It really rubbed me the wrong way, and I was like, nope, not my favorite thing. I listen to the Vlogbrothers, John Green and Hank Green, sometimes. They're a lot of fun, a little bit more wholesome. I feel like I'm getting into my dad humor era of like certain things, like wholesome dad kind of joke stuff. So it's a little safer, I think. Hank Green is so good. He is such a fun dude. Like, he seems like he is legitimately the same thing that we see in videos and like in TikToks and stuff. Like, that's how he is. That's how much what his personality is out of a camera. Seems very genuine. You know, obviously very excited and enthusiastic, especially with things that are in his wheelhouse, but he's really fun. And then I like listening to John because he can be kind of like he kind of has that look on his face of like resting cynic face where he just kind of looks bored and like he's just over everything. And I get like that sometimes, so it's definitely very nice to partake in content that's like that sometimes. But when he does like get into something, it's really fun to witness. Ugh. So you watch any John's senior AP English means Idol? That's so specific, but I know exactly what you're talking about. That's awesome. it's so specific. Oh my gosh. Um, what So what else has been going on? I've been watching a lot of movies lately because, you know, the insomnia and the good old depression hits pretty good sometimes, and you just gotta stay up late and watch movies. So anything stand out to you over the last little while? I recently just went through all of the Chronicles of Riddick movies, and they are a thing that happened. Definitely a thing that happened. Rewatched Arrival again. Fantastic movie. Yes, that movie is so good. So good. And man, it gets the credit it deserves. But I still feel like it is still like it's one of those movies that still flies under the radar. But at the moment that people recognize it and enjoy it, um, like you can definitely tell that they are just like genuinely blown away. Hi, I want to offer promotion of your channel, viewers, followers. Oh, well, Dual Spitta, I think you are spam. So I would like to. I'm gonna time you out instead of just straight up ban. If you're not spam, let's interact in a more genuine way. You know, I feel like if I did, then what? Like honestly, like if I did, then what? Is it long lasting? Does it then turn into like genuine growth? Like what are the long-term effects of me buying some viewers? Like if there was a valuable metric that I could then wager against that, totally. Let me just, especially if they have like a $5 tier, I'll spend $5 to buy 12 viewers or something. But like, especially if it has like a long-lasting metric, like a long-lasting impact. It's like investment into your brand. But if it doesn't, then at that point, I'm just being had. And I don't want to be had. I don't want to do that. So I think that's going to be our little exit. You also probably don't want to get banned off Twitch. You know, that too. You know, if it was something where it was like a legitimate marketing company that was like interacting with you to like help you legitimately market your channel, things like that, I could definitely see the value. in that as an asset. But it's just not something I see, especially like in this stage of the game for me. Like, meh. I'd much rather have spend money on it, on my time or my mental health in how I am interacting with stuff. Now, if Dual Spinna comes back and does the same old thing, then I'm gonna get grumpy. I've seen and like I'm very much an outsider in some of that, but I've seen people streaming on a new platform called Kick. We'll get to see the Mad Dad. I'll have to have that firm conversation I had with that villager. Similar to that. No, I've been seeing people stream on Kick. And then so I was like, okay, new streaming platform. That's nice. Give Twitch some competition, because since like I think they need a little bit of competition to help spur maybe a little bit better payouts, things like that for a lot of kind of not big creators, but some of the creators that are falling in the middle or lower side. You can definitely tell that like when that big list of people who you know, the payments from Twitch were getting out, it turned out to not be as much as I thought. And it made me realize that a lot of people who are making a lot of money while being Twitch streamers aren't making that money off Twitch, which isn't a bad thing per se, but it definitely feels like not a lie, but it definitely feels like it is a false promise that you can make a long-standing successful career of just being a streamer. And there are a lot of people who have that mentality of, well, I'll just be a streamer. That's what I want to do. And that's great, but you can't just be a streamer, it seems like. You have to stream and also post good YouTube content. Yeah, sponsorships, exactly. Sponsorships, where a lot of it is like, and this is my very uneducated perspective on it, is just like affiliate stuff. So it doesn't feel like a genuine sponsorship. It's, well, if we get so much traffic, you'll make this much money per click or whatever it is, or per buy. And it just doesn't seem like a very sustainable for the streamer. I don't know. It just, there's something about it that just doesn't read to me very well. And so when I saw people were streaming on Kick, I was like, oh wow, hopefully it gives Twitch kind of a kick in the pants to understand that, you know, they do have competition. There are other services. I know people stream on YouTube and there are issues with that. I don't know what the payout rate for that kind of stuff is, but like you can't just quit your job and then start on Twitch and immediately expect I think it's KICK, not KIK. I think it's KICK. Like, you can't just quit your job, start streaming on Twitch, and be guaranteed a big enough audience to sustain any sort of living. Unless, you know, you are one of those few who go viral off something, or there's something that sticks that make people go, oh wow, this person is it. This is the person I want to follow. This is whatever, So I don't know. It's just it doesn't feel real sometimes. But if Kick is something that can do that, great. I don't know if I'd ever switch, just because I've been seeing some things where Kick doesn't have like a proper like terms of service, I guess, or what they have isn't very robust, and it makes people very nervous because there's not a lot of protections in place for the streamer, except for just moderate your own stuff, make up your own rules. There's a lot of things that people aren't a big fan of that they kind of promote on the quote-unquote types of streamers, and a lot of it that I would agree with would have to be like the gambling streams and things like that that kind of promote what could be considered unhealthy behavior. But I've also seen the criticism from the people who are like totally against quote-unquote hot tub streamers, and that to me is just ridiculous. Like I don't know. You can't, in my opinion, you can't call out women on streams, because hot tub streamers, people immediately think women in bikinis on stream, which people are obviously interested in. And I don't want to quantify that as sex work without, where am I going? Quantify that as sex work if that's not what they want to be considered. But like a lot of webcam services that were first initialized on the internet were primarily serving sex workers on the early internet. Like having good quality video and pictures and audio was something that kind of churned out of that industry that people look down on. So I don't know. It seems very finger pointy to me, if we criticize that. But I don't know. If Kick turns out to be like a legitimate thing, I'd be interested in checking it out. But right now, I don't know how long lasting it's gonna be. There we go. That should be enough light. This. And then we'll do after that platform that Ninja moved to collapsed. I don't think a new streaming platform is going to take off for a long time. Yeah, it was Mixer. And I saw there were a lot of people who were moving to Mixer. Like, to me, Mixer, because it was like Microsoft owned it, and I thought it was going to be one of those. I was like, oh wow, this is like, this has a pretty good chance at being a big rival to that as a platform. And then it just didn't do anything. And like, and it's one of those things that I'm still so surprised that YouTube has dropped the ball on that. Like, they could have been the ones that really dug their teeth in and supported streaming a lot sooner in a bigger capacity that really benefited streamers. Like, they do it now, but it doesn't feel, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's a platform that streamers can like. To me, it feels less secure than Twitch. But I guess if you already have a pretty established platform on YouTube, I would guess then that your audience would then tune in, no matter where you are, because really it doesn't matter where you stream. Your audience is likely to move with you. And we saw that with Mixer. A lot of people did move to Mixer when the creators that they choose to follow moved. So it's possible. I just don't know how probable it is. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, new update looks super cool. I'm so pumped. And I'm pumped for the weirdest reason. I'm just excited to be able to edit signs. Like, how has that not been a thing? Honestly. How have we gone this long for signs to not be editable? Oh, yes, and the cherry wood, the pink wood, looks so good. It looks super cool. I am really excited for that. There's just so much good stuff. Armor trims are really the only thing that I'm just kind of hit or miss on. Like, it's cool or whatever, like, but it's definitely not anything I'm really looking forward towards. But pretty much everything else is super interesting. I don't know if you've watched Mumbo's video where he kind of, I don't think he's the first one to do it, but really to kind of highlight it. You don't really get the archaeology thing. I think the archaeology thing is weird, mostly due to the fact that it doesn't seem to have huge benefits besides the aesthetic component of it. Which that's a critique all in and of itself. Like, it's things to make your builds look nice, and adds an extra decorative component. There's so much though that they could expand with archaeology, implementing fossils in a different way, and how you interact with new mobs. The sniffer being able to do some things with that, I think, would be really interesting. But like I was saying with the thing with Mumbo, he talked about how the new interaction with how the skulk are going to work with the amethyst shards, and how and he made a video on how he essentially made a little compute module that stores 15 sounds, and he can transport them wirelessly. He just has to make a little relay of these skulk sensors with the amethyst shards, and only one line is needed to transmit any of the 15 sounds, and then those 15 sounds can be captured and interacted in kind of the same module that sends, but just in reverse, and then it can interact with different redstone that way. And that's crazy. It's such an awesome way to interact with redstone and utilizing sound in a way that really makes wireless redstone a thing, which is just super cool on its own, in my opinion. I just watched a video and my mind turned to mush. It was so weird because it's weird, but it's neat all at the same time, because he literally made a tiny compute module. Like that's about the only thing I can kind of compare it to would be he made a little like 8-bit or 15-bit, I guess, computer with just Skulk. That is awesome. Actually, I want a stone button. Like another stone button. I think you'll get more when you see examples of it being used a few more times. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that was... because like we were seeing him realize things as he was building them, there wasn't a lot of time, and Mumbo isn't the greatest at explaining some of that, the higher end stuff, I feel like. So he just kind of was like spazzing out and being like, oh my gosh, look at this cool thing. That's kind of how I felt about what he was doing. Ooh, gonna sneeze. Whew. There may be another one on the way. Another sneeze may be imminent. Ooh. All right. Well, that is done. We did a thing. We made a thing. We just gotta fill in all this stuff, which I don't know if I'm gonna do right now. We'll do a little bit. We'll do a little bit of this. Do you sneeze when you look at lights? I don't think so. Not usually. I don't like to sneeze. It's not my favorite sensation. It's definitely one of those things where I could go without wanting to sneeze ever. I don't like that feeling. And it's got to the point where I hold my sneezes sometimes and don't like fully sneeze anyway. And now one of my youngest daughter does it now too, and it's hilarious because you just see her go like, and I'm just like, sweetie, you can sneeze. Daddy just doesn't do it because I don't like the feeling. Like, if you want to sneeze, sneeze. It's okay. She's like, no, I don't like it. But isn't like sneezing at lights like a thing, like a like a medical thing? I feel like that's something you do when something is not right or not good in your body. I could be wrong, so if you do that, I don't want you to freak out. You've done that since your child, so I guess you're dying. See, that's exactly what I was trying not to spur on. You are not dying, Castle. Not yet. That wasn't a threat. It was a promise. No, that's weird. I don't like that. Anyway. Aren't we all just dying very slowly? You know, what is it? There is a certain point in your life that your body stops making new cells that regenerate well. Like, because it's kind of like one of the reasons why when you're young and you get injured, it feels like you fall or whatever. It feels like you bounce right back really quickly. Whereas when you're older, you know, if you get out of bed wrong, your body just feels like it goes to mush really fast. And it's because, like, at a certain point in time, our cells don't replicate themselves efficiently, and they don't they're not as durable. They don't replicate as well, and it's like literally our body's just like meh. As the more meh as we get older, it's like I guess we'll heal. Just I'm gonna take my time. I guess I'll replace cells, but I'm just gonna take my time. All right, so this is our deep storage, which we filled up too fast. Bone blocks aren't like that, though. Bone blocks, we've got plenty of space. So we are going to expand the deep storage. Yay! Look, we're going to do things. All right. So we're all facing in. Now, so I've been watching all the movies, and I recently watched the 3 Riddick movies. I guess there's an animated one that I haven't watched, which I don't know if I will watch, because the other ones, like, the first one is good. The second one is good too. I feel like they really were like, we're gonna try to make a Star Wars type movie, like space opera, almost like high fantasy, just in space, which is super cool. But it felt like a Sci-Fi Channel like kind of movie. Like, the costumes are really cool, but it all seems very like edge lordian kind of. I don't know what a good way to compare that would be. I just feel like it's a movie that if you were obsessed with The Matrix, you would also like. And like the third movie is weird because it kind of is almost like a noir style movie where the mystery isn't so much in like figuring out what happened to the main character. It's more of what is the reason. Like the first part of it is like what happened to them, why aren't they where they were supposed to be since the end of the last movie or whatever. So it's definitely, it's kind of noir in the fact that it's like there's a lot of like heavy narration from the main character, but it's like all his inner monologue, and it's this character who's this semi unbeatable Vin Diesel character. So everything is very like overly dramatic. You're just like, ugh, family, ugh. I don't know. It's weird. And I'm trying to be, to give it a genuine like criticism or a level of criticism without making fun of it, but it's so easy to just make fun of. Just because of how kind of ridiculous some of the stuff is. Like, I don't know. I have a problem with, like, there's nothing wrong with making a character who is strong. There's nothing wrong with making a character who is, you know, seemingly invulnerable or invincible to a certain degree. But, like, at least make them interesting in different ways. By having more fun dialogue than just cheesy renditions of already overstated things from 90s movies. Like it was like every 90s trope mixed in together with like gratuitous like skin from Katie Sackhoff, who was in, you know, Battlestar Galactica and of the Mandalorian and stuff. And there's just, I don't know. It sounds perfect to you. I mean, I'm not complaining about the gratuitous skin. I am complaining that they relied on it so heavily. The skin was very nice. But you can definitely tell it was around the time when Vin Diesel started using body doubles for a lot of his semi-shirtless scenes. Because a lot of his semi-shirtless or shirtless stuff would be like far away. They would never do any close-ups. Which, I mean, I think it's like just show a character who's got a belly. Like, what? You can still be a strong fighting warrior with a belly. I don't know what their aversion to showing that is. I mean, I do know what it is. They think that muscles equals cool. It's like, yeah, abs and abs only. Yeah, it's weird because like the Marvel movies are really bad at this too, where they show like, you know, Thor in a very he's bigger in Endgame. And he's kind of made a joke because like his depression made him fat. And that's the joke because his belly actually jiggles. And they make fun of him for being overweight multiple times. And I guess that's the joke they want to tell. Fine, whatever. Okay. And then the next time he's in a movie, he has a workout montage where he gets rippled and muscly again. It's, I don't know. It's just the gratuitousness of it all is, it's just really sad sometimes, because that kind of body isn't really attainable by a majority of people, because it takes a lot of time and money to look that good. Like, I made a big criticism about Hugh Jackman's, because he was showing the meals he was eating and stuff like that. I'm like, oh wow, look, someone who could afford a personal chef to cater his meals so that he can, he's got a personal trainer and a personal chef, so he can have this ideal body that people think that everyone should have, or that is a healthy body, or the only healthy body to have. It's the same thing with women, that we only have one metric of what a healthy woman's body looks like. I'm like, no, like there are women athletes who have, who are legitimately bigger than me, and I'm a big dude. You gotta run real quick. Nice chatting. Have a great rest of your stream. See ya. Bye, Castle. Thanks for hanging out with me. It was good chatting. Let's do this instead. Let's get some difference here. Nope. But yeah, it's the same thing with women. The whole people still make comments about women of different sizes, with different body types, and it's just so, like, I thought we were past this. Like, we know that you can be healthy at a variety of sizes. Like, your body weight and body shape has very little to do with your actual health. Like, for instance, a strong man is very healthy to a lot of people, has a very ideal, healthy, like, form and strong body, but his body isn't like a cut, chiseled physique of that of like a bodybuilder, because their bodies are catered to whatever they're doing. A bodybuilder, the point of them sculpting their body that way is so you can see essentially an emaciated, muscly dude with skin so dehydrated it sits flat against the muscles, and you can see every cut and carve, and he flexes in very different ways that are legitimately difficult to do. And that's the point of their form. A strong man has fat because you need it to cushion your muscles so your muscles can perform, and you need to have that mass. What am I doing in here? Okay. We need light. That's not gonna work. But we need light. So it's one of those things where I thought we were past a lot of that kind of toxic body image stereotype nonsense. Like, I thought we had moved on from that, like, when I graduated college. Like, I thought we were a little bit more understanding of different body types. But apparently not. Apparently people have to be poops. Yum. All right. Getting distracted with Discord. I do have my Shirley Temple. All right. This should give us the light we need. Or at least some of the light we need. There we go. It's a little better. Where else can we hide some light? I'll have to think on that one. Okay. Now, do I want that? You know, the more and more I think about it, no, I do not. I think that does not look good. And it's all your fault. No, I'm just kidding. But we are going to change it. So, Can this work if I put barrels here? Can I access? No, I cannot. What about if I do it like this? Oh. Okay. So those are not compatible. What if I did them here? How would that look? No, because I still wouldn't be able to access those. Okay. So let's do something with this. So we're going to end up just ripping these out. And then just doing a hopper line that goes over that way, I think. Maybe. Okay, so is there another one this way? No. Okay. So let's put a light here. So that's where those come down from. So if we remove that... Okay. Let me think here. Let's take you out for now. And take you out for now. Because I have to move the blocks from behind you. Okay. Nope. There we go. All right. There's water around me. So now what we want to do, we want to put these pointing into each other like that. No. There we go. And then we do the same right here. Like a that. There we go. So now those are all connected. Let's see, what else do we need? Let's add... I think I liked this look here. I think I like this. Let's put some more of these. Maybe we need 3. Shirley Temple. There we go. Thank you, block, for getting stuck. For ruining my day. There we go. All right. Let's grab these junk blocks that fell in. Okay, so let's do this. Hey. Look at all the iron. Oh, so much iron. Like, it's so much iron that I don't think I'd ever use this much, but we are like a dragon. We are hoarding our wealth. Oh, there's more up here. There we go. There we go. So now, let's see. How are we going to do this? Oh, I think I have an idea. So this is going to require us to kind of tunnel in over here a little bit, which should be okay. 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 And then we go this way. Or this way. Okay. What if... Oh, huh. Ah. Let's do it this way. Like this. And like this. Okay. Let's just tear all these up a little bit. Do this for now. Kind of. Hopefully none of this despawns, because this was a lot of crafting. Let's just do this. There we go. Look at all this. Beautiful. Well, poop. Okay. So we need to go back up here. And then do, let's see. So where is that ending at? Okay. Wait, it's this one. Yeah. So what we need to do is connect you over here. Okay. So now we can go up top and see what kind of nonsense we've made. There we go. Okay. Okay. So now what we're going to do is go down and check. And look. Probably need to climb up here to see if there's anything stuck in places. Oh, there definitely is. Okay. 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 I feel like we're making some good progress. It is not night anymore. I feel like I've discovered a cheat code. Cheat code. Cheat code. All right. We need one of you there. One of these here. Haha. I win. This feels so nice. Look at all that space. Ah, it's so nice. No. I did not want to do that. But I did want to do this. Haha. Awesome. It's moving real slow, but it'll eventually clear up, which is so good. So good. Okay. All right. Let's finish the storage part of this. We are going to use these once more. And then let's do... We'll just do these. That'll be fine. We'll make a more elegant entrance later. But that works for me now. Look at this. It totally works well. Works well enough. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so we need more light. And let's get Shirley Temple out here. There we go. This should be good for now. We need some of these, some of those. This. This. And that's it for now. Okay. So let's finish making this thing. We can take this off here. How dare I forget? All right. And we're gonna square this off. Okay. We could do a stairway down here. That could be better. That way I don't have to mess with some of that, of the crouching, slabby action. don't hate that. I don't hate it. Okay. Let's do pillar. And then log pillar. And then we will do up, up. I like that. That looks really, like, interesting. It kind of plays on a kind of tired, like, because this is a very basic thing, but this plays on this a little bit. I don't mind that. Let's go into that. And then we can go into some cobblestone. Yeah. And then do some regular stone here. Like a that. And then just do things like that to add some more light. We'll do let's see. Let's continue this down. Make it meaningful. We'll do another one here. Okay. And let's do the stone bricks here, but let's do these for the wall. Like that. Because then we could do the same thing over here. Like that. Okay. So let's make a zigzaggy kind of floor here. Like this. And then we could do one of these here. And then let's do a mixture of planks and other stuff. So let's first lay in the planks. Okay. And we'll put another one of these here. Okay, that works for me. We'll need a crafting bench somewhere, so let's just put you here. And then we'll put some anvils over here. But let's do stone. And then cobble behind them. And then we can do another one of these log pillars. Like that. Ooh, actually, let's turn that into a log pillar as well. Okay. Okay, so now let's turn some of this indies. Let's do one more. Okay. So now we can kind of play around with what we want to do. Okay, there's a little bit of a dark spot here. So let's do... move you to here. After we put in a jack-o'-lantern. Here. Like that. Uh-oh. There it is. All right. I was gonna say. Okay. That's all done. We do need to do something with that, but we can do that later and do something with this, but we can also do that later. Can we cover this up with things? Can we? We could do something like this. Yeah. I think that works really well. It obviously needs a little bit more decorating. Maybe a lantern here, some chains. But yeah. This looks really good. Yeah. We did a thing. All right, let's move. Oh, you're good. Okay. Maybe we can start moving some of these. And I'll do a lot more of this off stream, because this is tedious. All right. Yes. What happened there? What's supposed to go there? What did I break? What happened? What's going on? Those are filters. I'll have to fix that later. Oh my goodness. Would you look at that? It's been almost 2 hours of stream. That means you know what time it is. We're getting ready to head on out. But before we do, let me take this time while I'm walking back to thank everyone who hung out with me today. Grid, Castle, thanks for hanging out, chatting with me. You guys are awesome. Also, make sure to hit me up on all of the socials: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Here on Twitch, all at mMrRetro. That's mMrRetro. That's 2 M's, 2 R's, ETRO. I also have a Discord that you can check out. Just go to my info and about. I also have a link tree that has all the stuff. I have a Ko-fi if you want to donate monies. But yeah, let's go find someone to raid. Who is... Oh, it's Hi, it's Kai. We love Hi, it's Kai. She is awesome. We're going to go raid Hi, it's Kai. Thank you guys ever so much for hanging out with me. Make sure to hit that raid button whenever you're ready, but I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.